A Web of Lies, A Journey to Redemption. Sophia had everything: a loving boyfriend, a stable home, and a future that seemed promising. But beneath the surface, she carried a secret so dark it threatened to consume her. Whenever her boyfriend, Daniel, left for work, she found herself drawn back into the arms of someone she had never truly let go of: her ex-husband, Mac. At first, it was a mistake, a moment of weakness. But that one mistake turned into many, a cycle of betrayal that spiraled further and further out of control. Each time she told herself it would be the last, and each time she failed to resist. She justified it in her mind. Mac was familiar, a past that she had never truly closed. Yet, she knew she was playing with fire, and it was only a matter of time before the flames consumed her. Then, the truth came out. One evening, Daniel returned home earlier than expected. Sophia had barely enough time to untangle herself from the web of lies she had woven, but there it was, the harsh reality laid bare before them all. Daniel had suspected something for months, but now, with undeniable proof before him, there was no turning back. The confrontation was brutal. Daniel was not just heartbroken, he was shattered. He had given her his trust, his love, and in return, she had deceived him. The weight of her actions crushed her in that moment, and she realized she had not just betrayed him, she had betrayed herself. Mac, the man she thought she had some unfinished destiny with, showed no remorse. He had used her weaknesses against her, taking advantage of her nostalgia and uncertainty. In the end, he had nothing to lose, but Sophia lost everything. For weeks, she spiraled. Regret and shame followed her like shadows, and she found herself alone, left to face the consequences of her actions. It wasn't just about losing Daniel, it was about the realization that she had allowed her worst self to take control. Then, one day, when the weight became unbearable, she found herself walking into a church. It had been years since she had prayed, and she wasn't even sure she knew how. She sat in the back, hidden from view, as tears streamed down her face. She had run from faith, from redemption, but now, it was the only thing left to save her. A kind woman named Maria sat beside her, sensing her pain. "You're not lost," she said gently. "You're just finding your way back." Sophia broke down. She confessed everything, not just to Maria, but to herself. And for the first time, she saw a path forward, not one built on lies and deception, but one built on truth, accountability, and faith. She sought forgiveness, not just from Daniel, but from God, and most importantly, from herself. It was not an overnight transformation, but every day, she took a step toward healing. She joined a support group, surrounded herself with positive influences, and rebuilt herself from the ground up. Through faith, she discovered that her worth was not defined by her mistakes but by her willingness to change. She found peace not in seeking validation from others but in understanding her own value. The road to redemption was long, but she was walking it with purpose. The lesson: betrayal doesn't just hurt others, it destroys the soul of the betrayer. But no matter how lost you may feel, there is always a way back. The path to redemption begins with truth, accountability, and faith. Let go of what keeps you trapped in cycles of pain and step into the light. Forgive yourself, seek God, and manifest a future built on honesty, love, and grace. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.